I just know where the hail is and where I'm not going to be. So that's another reason why I'll take the Kickapoo, is so I can avoid that forward flank core. There is a little bit of inflow banding on this thing. Oh, I appreciate it. You're my sister, and I think you're awesome. So I think we're in the same camp.
You still. Poor guy.
There we go.
There we go.
No, resume. Camera that way. Hey, don't you guys love when semis like try to pass other semis, but then they don't actually pass? Actually, this guy's trying. Like, he's gonna get there in a few seconds. It's actually one of the better examples of a semi passing.
Maybe.
Now he's just got to complete the lane change there. Alright, here we go. Oh my gosh, Facebook interface is such trash, man. Zuckerbucks learn how to make it. Really, Facebook Live kind of sucks. Back up to speed. Slow down past the semi.
Is it becoming rain wrap now?
Yeah, I could be wrapping that massive hail core, but nothing too big. There's going to be happening all balls big as recorded. Interesting. We'll see what this thing does as it gets. I mean, it's not going to be an HP. Like this thing, it may be wrapping that hook up. Like it could be cycling that hook or trying to include whatever circulation is there, but it's definitely not an HP. That's a classic Supercell all day. So these clouds sticking out to the left there, those are inflow bands, and that's where the storm is pulling in humid air in the low levels. That is actually a mid-level inflow band there. It's where it's pulling in moisture and energy into the storm. So you've got low and mid-level inflow bands. Well, those are mid-level actually. Low level would actually be pointed. We won't see the low-level bands until we get real close. Still just a drunk wall cloud. Looked way better 20 minutes ago. Well, I am getting closer to it, so.
It's a drunk walk. That's hilarious. What you been drinking, Storm? What you been drinking? I want to know.
Been drinking that noni juice.
Right, something like that. What are these?
My Mattis.
My Mattis.
My Mattis looking at us. She's still all by her lonesome. I wonder if the storm may be struggling to produce tornadoes, not just maybe the dew point spreads and low level shear, but it doesn't have any nudgers behind it. You know, if it had some weaker cells in close proximity behind it, those cells, the rain-cooled air from their downdrafts would act like a dam and kind of bottle up all of the low-level rotation underneath the updraft long enough to really get it to stretch it and make it into a tornado. And since this storm doesn't have that going for it, I would think right now the near term tornado potential is somewhat limited. Not saying it can't do it, but I would think it would be more of the short, brief kind if it were. Or it may just end up for a while in a non-tornadic rotational state where it's just producing wall clouds, but we're not getting the real needed focused rotation in the low levels to take it to the next level. So we'll have to wait and see. But it is continuously moving into better air where the low level moisture is deeper and the low level jet is increasing as we get closer to sunset. So, in fact, we're almost to sunset, so low level jet will be cranking over 50 knots here this evening. So, any sustained supercell over the next few hours, you would think would have a chance of producing tornadoes. So, this car in front of me needs a little push. Hey, look, I'm the nudger.
That's funny.
I'm gonna just be a nudger and not a merger. I feel like merging would be a bad no. Come on, get over, car. Let's go. There you go.
Hey, it worked.
Just doing 500 speed limit. Just camping in the fast lane.
Right in the fast lane.
You might be able to see some of the lightning with this storm.
Life in the fast lane.
All right, maybe.
Sorry. Lose it.
Shouldn't be yawning. It's still daylight. Still got a really thick updraft with it. Jesse's asking where do mammatus form. So they form on the underside of the anvil. I can show you an example. These are not the best looking mammatus. They're kind of soft and disorganized. So they're kind of the... Of course, I would turn the camera when there's a tree line there. You know what I'm saying? I don't have mammatus on this side. It's all to that side. You can see a little bit of it here hanging down. So it'd be like... kind of that hanging down there. That's not very good mammatus. That's almost virga at this point, but it forms on the underside of the anvil. Actually, I'm driving. Still holding to that classic supercell shape. or the Mezza overall looks a little bit better. I mean, it's not tight, but I think the rotation looks a little bit more consolidated overall. Angie, thank you for joining us. Let's get you caught up today. Let's see, about to eat, Wall Cloud about to eat downtown.
Really?
So I am getting closer to Oklahoma City. Should be taking the Kickapoo exit here before long. And still got a tornado warned supercell moving through the Oklahoma City metro right now. It's coming in on downtown with a wall cloud. Wife is asking if the cumulonimbus has to be tornadic to form mammatus. No, not at all. A lot of storms that are not even severe produce mammatus, so it's just naturally occurring with storms. But when you see really big mammatus covering the sky, that usually means you've got a pretty organized or severe storm. So mammatus alone doesn't mean tornado, but when you see really, really big mammatus on a storm that look really sharp-edged to them, well, honestly, usually when you see that on a storm, it's less on a tornadic supercell. It's usually later in the storm's life cycle. A lot of times you'll see it on the backside of a big complex of storms, but it is not a direct indication of tornadoes at all. But it's one of the clues you look for. I mean, if I'm trying to figure out a storm visually and I see one that has a real sharp angle to it and some big mammatus hanging underneath it, and it still has a big, dark updraft, well, that storm's going to definitely perk my interest. So, hope that answers the question.
I don't see any about rotation anymore, honestly.
I mean, it's got broad rotation, but yeah, it's definitely not. It doesn't look anywhere tornadic at the moment, like imminent.
Yeah.
But apparently, hill size is going up.
Yeah.
Actually, you can see the wall cloud. Barely, way off over there in the distance, hanging down. I can't zoom in on this camera on this stream, but there is a appendage I can see way off in the distance. It's probably a good 30 miles away. But just had a high spot there on that hill where I can see off in the distance. I think the farthest I've ever seen a tornado, like the farthest I've been from a tornado and could see it, was about 40 miles away. And that was in 2019 in New Mexico. I was on tour with Silver Lining Tours. And we had I forget where that was at. It was like east of the mountains, like Santa Rosa, is that the area? I forget where it is, but it was kind of in northeast New Mexico. But really cool, you can see a tornado from 40 miles.